but everyone needs to know. And we're not just talking about survival in nature, survival on the street. So, I mean, it's total survival. We are now live on YouTube. So, welcome to all those who come in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can stay on top of everything Tony on One is coming out. And tonight we are discussing the keys to survival. And I know that's a topic that has been thrown around and redone and redone. Well, we're going to recycle that and we're going to bring it back and we're going to simplify it. Because, like I stated earlier, with everything that's going on in the world, people need to know what the keys to survival are. Like I said, it's not just out in the backwoods somewhere survival, it's everyday life survival. You got to know who to talk to, who not to talk to. You got to be able to read between the lines. You have to understand what a person is saying when they're not saying it. I mean, those are just a few of the keys to survival. Um, everybody was but somewhere along the line, oh, we got a call coming in. Let's take this. There it is. Hello, you are on live with Tony on One.
I got a mouthful of chocolate cake and Lord, I made some sugar free and so delicious.
Oh, well, at least that is positive. That's a positive. Okay, so we have been just
It is
getting.
a positive. How is everything?
Everything is good. How is everything with you?
It's good. It's good.
Life is good. Everything.
But yes, especially this cake. Let's get to it.
Okay, yeah, don't rub it in. Okay, I don't have cake, so that's kind of not fair. And that's kind of not cool. You gonna come to the show and you ain't got no cake for me. That's just cruel and unusual punishment.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's all right. But I'm glad you called in. And we are live streaming on YouTube. So say hello, everyone. This is Sunny Giovanni.
Hello, YouTube.
Yes,
On
let's.
the tube.
Yes, we on the tube, y'all. Yes, auntie. We've been talking about the keys to survival and looking at how everything is going from past, present, and what we're going into possibly in the future. I think this is a topic that needs to be brought back to the dining room table.
Okay.
Um, everybody's pretty much born with it. They are born with the survival instinct, but over time, everything, but not always functioning.
Well, that's true. I think that a lot of people, like you said, are born with it. But I don't think a lot of people are willing to test the waters, if you will, because I've noticed where it's either I because or A, not I. Ooh, I don't go to look.
Oh
A
my.
because they've been so sheltered, or B because they're just afraid, and nobody's ever given them that reassurance that you can do this.
Boss says hi, Sunny. He says hola at Sunny. He's over in the live chat. You know your bro.
Konnichiwa.
Yes, yes. But I mean, you're right though. And I mean,
I
it
want to take Mandarin. I want to do Mandarin. I've heard of Asians like Mandarin,
that sounds exciting. We all need to learn another language of
right?
sorts. I mean, that could be a new key to survival.
Right?
Everything is
Knowing what
becoming
we're getting into because it's a language barrier.
right, right, no doubt. No doubt. And you know what? I was also thinking about all the stories and shout out to SP News Nuggets once again. You that girl is doing her thing. Um everybody check her out. She is dropping them stories left and right and I'm checking her out and these stories are they give you a lot of thought. You can't help but to think and you see it but a lot of people aren't saying it. They're not saying anything about it. And I like the fact that she does say it and she,
Right.
says what's on her mind. And I think that's wonderful. And I mean, the truth, I think that's another key to survival, especially for the mental side of being a survivor. Because, I mean, we got to be a survivor mentally, not just physically.
Well, right.
I mean, and the fact that nobody is cooking anymore, nobody is growing their own vegetables anymore, no one is saving back money to buy land, no one, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, okay, I have a very weird obsession, and I'm gonna get it off my chest right
Okay,
now.
go for it.
So I like to binge watch old shows, like
Hmm.
shows I've missed because I was, in this specific year I was doing a lot of overtime, and I've become almost obsessed with um Hoarders, the TV show, and Escaping Polygamy. And it made me think of it when you were talking about buying land and going running on vegetables and stuff like that. And it's because you almost cover all bases, and it's like playing A, B, C, D. And so when they get these girls out of these communities, it's always some type of roadblock. And you can tell that somebody thought of, okay, what if they do this and what if they do that? Then let's block this path and that one and get them back to the
Right,
community. And to me, that's the key to survival, to thinking ahead because they don't want themselves to look bad. It was Warren Jeffs. Oh gosh, what would they call it? It looks really bad. Zion. They would call it Zion, and it will be theirs. And so you can't really tell people what to do on their property. And if you have all the resources like these people in polygamy, I'm not encouraging anybody to be a polygamist, and I'm not saying,
right,
yay, polygamy. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just
right.
using it as a reference.
Right,
They grow their own crops. They farm their own animals.
right.
So do the what is it? The Amish.
Yeah,
And
I
then
mean,
we look at these people and we're like, oh, they're sick or they're closed in. But
no, they're
they
not.
survive based off of what they do.
Right.
So they
It's
have like their own mini economy. And
right.
even money is a key to survival. You don't need money if you have your own. Like point blank period. And then for hoarders, a lot of people on the show, they have these traumatic events and so
Right.
forth. And then that's when they start hoarding because they're afraid to let go. And you can't tell me that I'm wrong because in every single
It's
show,
not.
when they start to throw things away, people are just like, no, I need that, and I need this, and I need that, and they're afraid to let go, and it's become like a mental disease to hold on either to some type of relic, which reminds you of the past, or because you just don't want to be alone, and so you surround yourself with a bunch of
Right.
material.
Right.
And a key to survival is if you scrape bottom on concrete, be prepared for that.
Yes.
A lot of people don't have that either.
It's not taught. I mean, it's not being taught. And but see, that's another reason why I'm doing these lives. I'm doing this show. I'm on Spreaker because the information needs to be out there. I mean, and one of the other keys is being the mindset that you have. It's all in how you view things. If you view things like a lot of people do, and it's not the important things that they focus on, it's the petty things and the things that really won't matter a year from now, the fun and all the excess crap.
Right.
Instead of actually being disciplined and responsible and setting some money, how you mentally and emotionally react. I mean, it says a lot and it does a lot, and that's how we end up with a lot of these news stories as well, because they don't know how to cope with not having. You see what I'm saying? And it's like they're not being taught. They don't have the mindset of knowing, okay, it's called prioritize, and it's not easy
Yeah.
to do for everybody, but it can be done. So when you can prioritize, when you can sit there and have the mindset and you can view, okay, this is not as important as this. So, okay, we're on hard times. So if should I need a place to stay and I do sign up for Section 8, go into it knowing this is temporary. This is only a stepping stone. This
Yeah.
place will never be mine. So I won't get comfortable here. This is not to be here for necessarily comfort in a sense. This is aid. Aid is not
Right.
supposed to,
And a lot of people, and this is like a that it's a metaphor that I use even today at work because one of my coworkers she got so frustrated because she couldn't work all the systems at the same time, and I'm like, you have to build a ladder to reach the top. You try
mm-hmm.
to jump, but it would just be easier to build a ladder and then climb upwards.
I
And
mean,
surprisingly, she got that. A lot of people don't get my analogy, but she got it.
but see, that's good because we gotta teach, we gotta share the information and the knowledge. That's how we're supposed to care for each other in the community and as a community. It takes a village, literally, and it's not just for the
Yeah.
children. It's for the little babies, the toddlers, the preteens, the teens, the young adults, the older, the elders. It's for everybody because as life goes on, things change, and so we have to be able to change and adjust to them. And that is one of the keys to survival as well. Being able to adjust
Yeah.
without, you know,
And the best.
yeah, don't just when an emergency hit go psycho. Oh my God, I can't get my hair and nails done. Oh my God, I'm finna lose my beans. No. Okay, we have a nest egg. It's not a lot, but we do have some food stored. We do have our bills have been paid on time up until now. Okay. So this is what we can do. We can make some stone soup. You remember that stone soup when you ain't have pretty much no money? You get in that kitchen
Yeah.
and you
But a
make it
lot of people
work.
don't want to do that because they're used to living a certain lifestyle. And like I said, it's all about letting go. They don't want to let it go.
Well, they
Like you
don't.
have to be complacent and knowing this is temporary, like you
Mm-hmm.
said, and just keeping a positive thought.
Yes.
Positive thought. Another key to survival is removing all negativity because a lot of people become so ashamed and so closed in. Like, what was the such and such thinking? Such
Yeah.
and such is driving a Benz and I'm in a Honda. Like, it doesn't matter. You have a car and it works.
That's the mindset that I was
And there's
talking
like,
about.
okay, so there's, you wrote a book um, entitled, uh, what was the book? Passion Unrestrained. It's the book you wrote. And the company you published under was very, very small.
Yes.
And I try to motivate everybody in the company and remind them, like, numbers, numbers are not what the scores you. It's
Right.
the power of you. And so I see this in the literary business even when you have that negative poison surrounding you. There are these publishers who don't mind posting, their abnormally large homes and their
Right.
Phantoms and their Bentleys and their Benzes and so forth. And, well, Phantom is Bentley, but y'all know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
that's all
So
right.
I'm like, they get so frustrated, and it's like, oh, honey, what am I doing wrong? You're not doing anything wrong. This is a tactic. This is a tactic to make you feel like you can't compete when the
Right.
only person ever in life, in a career, in a relationship that
Right.
you have to compete with is yourself.
Yeah. It starts with self.
Like, stop looking at everything else. Put your blinders on, bro, and just keep pushing it.
Grind. Don't worry about nobody else's grind. Because if you're focused on your grind, what you're trying to stack up to leave as a legacy for your children and your children's children, you got to have those keys straight. Like, it's got to be based on
Right.
reality. It's what is, not what we want it to be. If everything was the way we wanted it to be, the world would basically be broke. Everybody, that's the same as if everybody look,
Exactly.
speak up for not only yourself but those around you who cannot speak up for themselves, putting the truth out there, because
Right.
all that is good karma coming back, and especially if you're giving it. And I say everyone deserves
Right.
kindness and respect. So my kindness and respect is telling y'all the truth. That's my kindness and respect. You might not like what I say sometimes, and some people know how to take it, some people don't, but that's okay too. But that's being able to
Yes.
take criticism, being able to discuss what's on your mind, being able to know yourself. Those are keys as well to survival, because if you don't know you, you're not going to be able to function around anyone else or amongst different people.
Right.
And you got to be
And I was asked, like, earlier today, I was asked, like, you don't stay on this chart like you normally do, but now you're charting. Like, how does it feel for you to have to keep going back and forth and back and forth? Like I say, I enjoy the struggle. It's all dependent on how you look at it. Because one day I could be at the top, and the
right.
next day I'm not. And that's just the way life in general is. If you're not at the top, you have to not look at it in a negative light. I
Right.
choose to look at it like, okay, I have nowhere else to go but up, and I'm gonna see my mistakes that I made before.
Mm-hmm.
So how do I rebuild from here, removing all those bad seeds? You gotta keep evolving. Some people don't want to do that because they're stuck in the same paradox
They're
over and
afraid to
over and
change.
over again. And it's like, you're not gonna grow.
Yeah, a lot of people are
Exactly.
afraid
That
of
was my whole
change.
point. If you don't change, you ain't gonna survive.
I mean, you got to put a conscious effort. Anything worth having is worth working hard for. I mean, you got to put in some type of work to get any good results out, because we all know doing the same shit is going to keep you in the same situation. And
Right.
closed mouths don't get fed. It on your own, as if you didn't have everyone else to
Right.
lean and depend on. You got to be self-sufficient. That's
Exactly.
definitely one of the major keys to survival. Can you survive if you
Right.
if you're not driving that Benz? Can you survive if you can't go to the club every day or every weekend? Are you gonna survive without having a Nicki Minaj ass? Yes. What they eat don't make
Mm.
us shit, and that's the reality of it.
Language.
Yeah, yeah, I did it. I did it. I got it. But hey, I don't bite my tongue, and I did say something about that too. I'm trying here. I, look, it's uncut, it's raw truth, but I want to make sure it's well understood. I don't say it to demean anyone. I don't look. It to me, the best lessons are learned and remembered if there's a sting behind them. Those are the ones you remember, because everything that people get off easy of, they don't remember that lesson because they got off too easy. They never had to be held accountable for anything. And that's another key to survival. You got to be, I did that. We all got to be able to
Yeah.
do that because with everything that's truly happening, no one wants to take blame for anything. No one want to accept their fault with anything. It's always somebody else's fault. It's always because he, she, her, them, but never say their own specific part. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just a part of
I
ownership.
just got blamed for somebody having a stalker. Like I kid you not, and I was like, how does the two even correlate? Like
I've
how
been
does that?
blamed for that.
But it dawned on me like you never had to take responsibility for anything. So I guess because I was the closest person, and if I'm the blame, then so is your family, so is your other friends. But
Right.
I mean, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I always like to think of it like this: would you be able, if the zombie apocalypse happened today, would you be able to survive? Because you got to think on your feet. You have to go without. You
Yes.
have to quickly adjust. You have to let it go. It ain't no such thing as money during the zombie apocalypse. You have to barter. Do you have something valuable that someone else might need? And are you able to
Right.
let that go so you can get something you really need instead of what you want? Like, would you be able to survive the zombie
Oh,
apocalypse? And
good
these ain't
good
no
one.
doctors on this podcast. I mean, we're not PhD holding women,
No.
but we can tell you how to survive or talk about survival
Right.
because these are women who grew up in a very bad part of Dallas. And
Right.
well, I grew up in the hood home, so and I was raised off of like barely next to nothing. So
Right.
if you want to know how to survive, it's no need in being ashamed to
It's
ask
not.
somebody who has done it.
Right.
Like you said, closed mouths don't get fed. And if you
No.
don't know and you don't ask questions, you ain't gonna survive.
No, not at all. And then come to think of it, sitting there watching Boo Fish today, I'm like, okay, with all the people who wants to spend more time being beautified, they're not gonna survive because they're not gonna know how to fish. They're not gonna know how to garden. Half the folks never even wash dishes. Just to be honest about it, because the focus is more
Oh,
like,
let me be honest, honey, Uncle Bud. If it wasn't for him, so let me tell y'all a little short quick story. It's real short and quick. I hated washing dishes. I despise washing dishes. And when you and I were living in the same house as
mm-hmm,
kids and a teenager,
mm-hmm.
her duty was always to wash the dishes. My duty, my chore was to dry the dishes and put them away.
But you didn't want to do
That's
that.
how I look up for it. So purposely for years, after you had gone on and you grew up and all of that, you left the house, I would wait until mama would wash the dishes. Like I hated doing the dishes. And if I did wash the dishes, it would just be my dish. I hated washing dishes, couldn't stand washing dishes. And one summer when I was 13, our kids are not, we had to move in. Well, myself and our mother moved in with our uncle and aunt. And he was a very nice guy. He could make me laugh. And his way of disciplining me wasn't yelling and cursing or physically abusing me.
Right.
He let the dishes pile. And I said, I don't have a cup to drink out of. He said, your chore is the dishes. And I said, no, it's not. And he said, yes, it is. And he asked my mama, and my mama said, your chore is the dish. I said, it's not fair. All these adults living in this house and y'all don't want to wash dishes. And they
Oh,
said, well, we adults have money to go buy things out of a bottle.
true
From
that.
that moment on, I've been washing dishes.
Well,
From that moment, I've been washing dishes like crazy. I survived that madness.
I mean, it takes a lot. It does take a lot. And yeah, King Bob, honesty and respect are the keys to a long lasting relationship. That is true. He is over here in this live chat. He added too. But he's true. Honesty and respect are the keys to a long lasting relationship. Because the relationships nowadays are not lasting, and it is for so many different reasons, whether it's greed, whether it's not wanting to have ownership, want to have the verbal ability to say they own or run something, but not actually do the work to actually earn the respect and, give the honesty and just keeping it 100.
True.
I mean, and that's another key, and that goes back to the mindset because, like I said about the having the petty crap on the dome instead of what makes sense, what is logical, what needs to be done, what should be done, what you shouldn't have to be asked to be done or given. I mean, it's just so many things that go with that too. Sonny, what you think about that?
Right. I agree. I agree. And especially if you're being honest with yourself. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of people don't want to be honest. We have someone we know who is homeless right now
Mm-hmm.
and still struggling with a startup business. I'm not talking about homeless jumping from couch to couch. I mean homeless living outside and still
That's no
with a
fun.
startup business. You're not being you can't even afford a pot to sit over, let alone material for your business. And so many people have coached themselves into believing that everything is okay and I don't have to change nothing. I'm still sexy and all of this and all of that. But you haven't been honest about the situation
Right.
you're in order to change them. Communication is also key in survival because
Effective
I don't care
communication.
what nobody say. I talk to me. I talk to me. I talk
Right.
to myself all day. They can call me crazy all they want, but I talk to me.
Oh
And I'm
yeah.
honest with myself. I will cuss myself out in a heartbeat.
I put myself on punishment. If I know I'm wrong, I go to timeout. I go and just sit and I'll be like, look, I got a confession. I need to go on and get this off my chest because I'm not, my conscience ain't finna whoop on me.
That is so funny because I'm on punishment right now. I thought I was the only weird person that ever did that to myself. I cannot watch the new episode
No.
of Handmaid's Tale until I finish writing the script. Right, it's called discipline, and some people don't have discipline,
Yes, Lord.
so
Say
they
that
ain't gonna survive
again.
either.
Say that one more again, please.
Discipline, I say discipline.
Discipline. Way back there in the cheap seats.
And you got
Discipline. And
it.
everybody need it. Everybody need it. Seriously. Because, I mean, like we were saying before, about, owning something. If you want to own something, just not let it be the words that are just randomly from the left flying out your mouth because you feel like have the right. Actually, be able to stand on a foundation that supports that attitude. Because we can't say we're independent if we're depending on everybody else. We're not even depending on ourselves and within ourselves to make it on our own. So there's that. I mean, so
Being brave is a key to survival. You gotta be brave enough to step out on your own.
yeah, fly, damn it, fly. You can't stay there forever. I don't want. I would not want no child be 30 some, 40 some, 50 years old, still living up under me. And I can understand if I'm seeking you there to take care of me, that's one thing. But if you just forgot or just kept avoiding flying the nest, that's a problem. Ain't no discipline in that, no ownership in that, no responsibility. I mean, the view, the mindset alone. And that's why I think everyone should really know what the keys are to survival. Because you have to be honest. Like King said, you got to be honest. Um, you got to have respect. And that's what, not just in a personal relationship, a business relationship, a casual relationship, co-workers, other students, whatever the case may
My
be.
homie Keith said self motivation and self love.
Yes, you really got to analyze yourself. While everybody's worrying about what everybody else, analyze yourself. What
You know
makes
what
you
though?
tick?
I feel her on that self motivation tip
Yeah.
because I remember a couple months ago, our brother put up a video on Instagram, and he was getting ready to go to work, and he listens to his gospel music before he goes to work. He listens to it all the way to the car, and he said, and I quote, "Gotta get your mind right so you clock in." But since I left home and went, college, even in high school, I used to do it. I used to put my headphones in
Right.
and I would listen to my music. And when I got to my destination, I would pump myself up. I mean, pump up. Like, all right, this is what you gonna do. You gonna go in here, you gonna smash. You don't
Right.
smash, you go home. Or you weak, you strong, you a pump, you got a tail, tuck it between your legs and just walk off now. I mean, like I
Right.
was seriously in my corner. The people say, "Oh, you made really good grades, your test was," and I can't believe you made this on your ACT. Like, if it wasn't for me pumping myself up, I
Mm-hmm.
would have failed. Like I really would have failed. And if you scared of that, I looked up to y'all, my older sisters. Like,
Aw.
okay, if I don't do this, if I don't do that, like I'm not even in the shadow at that point. Like I done fell off the path completely. So like, let's
Uh-huh.
do it. Let's get it. You gonna make them yell at you, or you gonna let them congratulate you? Which one? You only got two options.
Yeah, that's self motivation. I mean, that is a big one. That's a very important key because if you can't motivate yourself, you can't expect anyone else to be able to. And I mean, you can't be motivated out of,
Right.
fear. You can't be motivated out of any of the unnecessary things. Like the money is not a motivation. It's you. It's the inside. It's what you have going on. It's where your heart is. You do have to have a heart. You do have to be aware of your surroundings. You do have to be aware of your body. If you're not aware of your body, there is no way
So
that you're going to be able to survive in any given situation at any point of time. If you don't listen to your body, if you don't recognize, if you don't talk to it, I mean, every part of you is living, is connected, and it must all work together. So the mind is the head there. Some people think with the snatch, and some people think with
yeah.
with the stick. But you got to be able to
You know
survive.
what though? No, it's because I've known even streetwalkers. We're gonna say streetwalkers for the sake of the listening.
Yeah.
I've known street. They're like the most motivated people ever. Like they know this is my quota. I'm gonna get this
Right.
tonight, whether it kills me or not. If I don't, then tomorrow I'm gonna make up for what I lost last night. Like they are the most motivated people that I know.
Of course.
Like I ain't never seen somebody that hard up, willing to do whatever it takes because they know what they want and they go out and they get it.
Yeah, they're go-getters. That's what I call true go-getters because regardless of what, they don't care how other people see them. They know what it is they need to do in order to survive. So they're not worried about the stereotypes. They're not worried about the stigmatism. They're not worried about how they look in everybody else's eyes. It doesn't matter because everybody else isn't feeding them, clothing them, protecting them, you know, and etc. It is survival. And
Yeah.
you got to let that emotion get out the way. Because to truly survive, you got to be able to put that emotion on lock, lock it in the cage or something. And you got to let that beast mode come up at you. You got to want to grind.
Tina knows one thing. It's called going through it for a reason. You're not gonna die if you
Can't go around it. You can't go under it because It's like Final Destination. Either way it go, it's gonna get you. It's gonna catch up. You gotta face it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I've always looked at things. Face it head on. Get with it. Do what you have to do. But keep in mind that you can still be a decent person. You can be respectful. You can try to help others. You can be there for community. You can donate to charity. It's so much that you can do. But first and foremost, the truth is the most important. So we getting it out there.
True.
So what else you think, Sonny? King? What y'all thinking about? What y'all know
So
that's been
for
going
me,
on?
that's it for me. Like we covered everything. I've seen a rash of not just irresponsible women, but irresponsible young women, and it's almost like they don't have no guidance, or at least the proper guidance to say this is wrong. And I've seen these spoiled, entitled brats, if you will, and they think that the sun rises and sets on their backside because that's the way they've had it the
Right,
majority of their life.
right.
So when it's time to get down to the nitty gritty, it's almost like they don't know what to do now when stuff gets serious. You know what I mean? Like you
Oh,
don't know
yeah,
how to handle it
yeah.
because somebody didn't pop their breastises
Mm-hmm.
out your mouth in a timely manner. So
Spoiled
now
them. Spoiled them
pretty
rotten.
much.
That's what we call a monster. That's them parents that's
Yo,
unleashing them monsters. Now that you done made them all rotten and they done got older and now they don't want to listen to you. They just want to take from you. You want to be ugly toward everybody else by unleashing them on the world. That ain't cool.
yeah.
There's a lot of that going on. That thing about the SP was talking about it recently. Um, custody exchange went bad. Like that's how you have situations like that as well. It just gets ugly because there are no survival skills. If there was effective communication, an open line of communication for it to even be effective, honesty, trust, and everything else, and being aware, not they saying 50 billion other words, you'll kind of get that vibe, that feeling, that aura of something negative or something, even with something positive, you'll just know. And I think it's sad that it keeps
Yeah.
happening. It's like it's you. I mean,
Mm.
we really
I'm
can't.
not going to, honestly.
Right? They need support right now. Men need support, whether other women agree or not. Men are kings, no matter the color, how your past was, no matter what lessons you hear, you are a king. Just like I feel that women are queens. Now, it is when they act accordingly is when it's okay for them to wear that title. Other than that, you perpetrating a fraud.
Yeah.
So let's just be clear. But that goes back to the truth and the honesty. If they ain't being honest with themselves, if you if you just can't stop touching up these chicks, okay, be honest to who you with and say, nah, I just can't do it, baby. I gotta touch them chicks up. I gotta have it. Give it to me. I'm
Exactly.
like Pac-Man. Okay, I can respect the honesty, and it gives you a choice whether to deal with them or not, whether to invest in the future with them, with having a child with them, or anything else, having a marriage or living together. It's all an investment for the future. So I don't know. It just it's crazy. That's all I can say. It's just crazy. But the truth need to be out there, and I like to take a moment and say if you have not liked, shared, followed, or subscribed to Tony on One, What you waiting on? What you waiting on? Let go. We got a lot we can talk about. Ain't that right, Sonny? Because Sonny will be coming on the regular, and we got King Ba up in the live chat, Mr. Moderator. What it do? And he be having some golden little words and quotes he be saying. I love it. I love it. And you got to be quick and witty too to survive. Ain't that right?
Right. Yeah. I've been thinking about, bringing my blocks out from the grave. But I'm like,
Yes.
nah, Tony Oakland got it. You got it. That's yours.
Oh, well, you know what? I support you to the fullest. Sis, you bring it back, we will be on there talking, girl. I love seeing the
Well, I'm
positive
more
things.
comfortable here. And I love the fact that you're so broad
Uh,
with your discussions. It's not always the same thing. And like, you don't just tune in and be like, oh, she's talking about the same thing. Let me go listen to somebody else. It's
right.
so broad. It doesn't touch just on one subject. And I mean, some things coincide with the others. But I mean, the truth is the truth. So if the truth sounds familiar to you, then obviously you're doing something wrong.
Already. But I mean, that's what it is, though. That's why this channel here, I say it's something for everyone. It's something for everyone here. And I mean, it's growing. The channel is beginning to grow. And I appreciate all the support from you and the on one day ones over in the Facebook group. Shout out to everybody over there. Rich K, King, he over there too. Who else in there? Is
Oh,
it
can
Slim?
we do deadbeat baby mamas? Did we do that? Did we do
What?
deadbeat baby mamas? Did we
That's
do
coming
deadbeat
up.
baby mamas? Let's do deadbeat baby mamas.
We're gonna have
Oh, I
to.
got a lot to say. You can't live stream that one on YouTube because my language might be colorful.
Well, we might have to do a live broadcast on Spreaker for that separately for you. And, hey, y'all hit me up on YouTube, comment, tell me what y'all, if y'all want to hear it. Hey, hit up the channel, Tony on One. It's on Facebook, it's on Tumblr, it's on Twitter. We heard YouTube, Big O Video, WordPress, Instagram. I'm even the old lady with the Snapchats. It's everywhere. The podcast is,
I know I'm with.
girl, it's aired everywhere from Google Podcast to Spotify to Castbox.fm, iHeartRadio. We're getting out there. We're gonna put the truth out there. So I implore all you to step on in. Check me out. If you want that raw, uncut, unfiltered truth. Tony on One. So shout out to everybody for tuning in. King Bob, thank you. My mediator, Sunny. Much love, girl.
Really.
Yeah. So thank you for coming on, and you are.
Somebody just sent me a message that says, "Do the all Texas girls laugh the same?" Like, what does that even
What?
mean? He
One
said, "Does
time,
all Texas girls laugh the same?"
no. When the last
Like,
time
what does
you
that
had a
even mean?
good
I guess
steaming
we
bowl of
don't sound
chili?
the same.
No, we don't.
Right. Somebody said y'all all laugh like Beyonce. No, we don't.
What the hell?
That's
Really?
what it said. We all laugh like Beyonce.
No. Mm-mm. I don't have the rich laugh. I got the no teeth in my mouth
I know,
laugh.
right? I ain't got that billion. I ain't got that $1 billion laugh. I got said I'm gonna make me a roll of ground meat spaghetti that lasts 2 weeks kind of laugh.
I know that's right. True. Peanut butter and jelly supper. Say
Ooh,
some.
I got them. I always said after the cast because in learning how to survive, I found some almond butter. It's like peanut butter, but it's with almonds. Honey, who finna eat an almond butter sandwich?
Oh, that's not fair.
Yes,
Well,
it
it's healthy for you. So I mean that's good. That's a good thing. I might have to look that up. And we are all about health here. And Friday, I will be doing a live stream. Um and we will be dealing with all the recalls. So we're gonna be on a health show tip come Friday after Sister Such and Such. So y'all tune in for all of that. That's 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. on Friday. So yeah, everybody make sure you tune in. Like I say, like, subscribe. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for your support. Like, share, follow, and I will talk to you later. I am Tony Williams, and this has been Let's Talk with On One Radio, the talk show podcast station. Have a wonderful night.